Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of What's Up Chat. Let's discuss. I'm your host, Michael Johnson, and this episode, I'm gonna talk about the topic is SNL, Saturday Night Live, and funny enough, this is my second time recording this episode because I realized I made a mistake about talking about one of the sketches in this episode. So I was like, I need to re-record this. So life of a content creator, making a few mistakes. I did make a mistake one of the episodes when I was talking about one of my friends pointed out when I talked about Drake May, it's like, he doesn't already have a ring. It's like, whoops, I made a mistake. Did not mean to say that. Because, my friend was right. Drake May does not have a ring. So I don't know why I said that. That was a huge mistake. Whoops. So this episode, I'm talking about Saturday Night Live, this past Saturday Night Live. Because the host was the one, the only, Connor Story. And if you know Connor Story from the most talked about show from last year on HBO Max, Heated Rivalry. Yes. The one and only Heated Rivalry. So he was the host for this past week's Saturday Night Live, and he did an incredible job. He was so amazing. And his monologue was really good. So yeah, he was the host. Yeah, if you don't know what Heated Rivalry is about, it's about hockey. Yeah, it's about hockey. Yeah, it's just about hockey. Like, all the guys would love it. I'm joking. It's based on a romance novel about these two guys playing for rivalry hockey teams, and they play against each other, and they end up they end up hooking up one night, and then they keep on hooking up, and they eventually fall in love. So it's a gay love story. I love my gay love stories. So Connor Story plays Ilya Rozanov, who's from Russia, and then Hudson, the other actor, plays Shane Hollander, the other hockey player from America. So yeah, they end up falling for each other, and the reason this show got so much of the media's attention because of all the explicit scenes that are in the show. But the show is more than that. It's, like I said, it's a deep love story. It's more than the explicit love scenes. There's lots of them. I love in the monologue, Connor Story said, I have a family-friendly clip I could show from the series. So he played the first beginning clip of his character Ilya outside, just smoking and just saying okay, and then that was a 2-second clip of this character just saying okay, and then that's all we can show. So because there's so many explicit scenes in the show, and it's insane. So yeah, I love that. And then in his monologue, he brought up the men's and women's USA hockey team, and he was telling the men's USA hockey team that won the Olympics about the show, and it's and one of them has their tooth. One of the men's USA hockey team has his tooth chipped, and he's like, in your show, you get your tooth chipped right too, because you play hockey. It's like, yeah. And Connor looks into the camera and kind of winks, and it's like, yeah, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you watch the show, you know that metaphorically I got my teeth knocked out. So, yeah, and then then the women's USA hockey team was up for the monologue too, and talked about how they decided to drag along the USA men's team too, because at first it was just gonna be as the Women USA hockey team who won the Olympics, but we decided to drag the men along to the SNL showing tonight. So, yeah. Okay. So before I get into it, after rating this episode out of 10, I'd say I have to give it a 9 out of 10, because it was not a perfect episode, but it was a solid episode. I was laughing, at the majority of the sketches. They had, a slap sketch with Keaton Thompson in it, and that was hilarious. And then they had, an office dance sketch, which was so funny. And then they had a sketch with a stripper who got hit by a car, and Connor Story played the stripper, and that was hilarious. Just trying to dance and strip still while he's coming back from a car accident was hilarious. There's terror rape pants. That was crazy. And yeah, so I give it an A minus. That's my grade for it, an A minus for the episode. Connor Story did a good job, because the fun thing about people don't know about Connor Story, he's good at acts. They did to promote this episode, him talking with one of the cast, with a few of the cast members, and then how they're he's good at accents, and they had do an accent off, and he can do so many different accents. In the show, he could speak Russian, and in real life, he's not even Russian. I thought he was Russian, because he played the character so well and spoke it so fluently. I was oh, he must be Russian, but he's not, which is wow, he's just really that good. So yeah, he's good at accents, languages, and he can do drama, comedy, and he can dance too, because in one of the sketches, he was dancing too. He can dance too. I'm dang, let's go. I love in his monologue, talking about his last name and Howard Story. It's oh, my mom named me Story, and it's and then he turned to the camera. It's I'm not a story, I'm a whole dang book. I love that. I was sir, let's go. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. But one of my favorite sketches of the night was the hockey rink story of the guy, not the hockey rink story, the skating rink story of the couple getting engaged. So this is the part where I made the mistake of, in the last recording, I said the couple was getting divorced, but that was not the sketch. It was the couple talking about getting engaged, and how the girlfriend wasn't ready and they were moving too fast, and there were guys behind them skating and having the best time of their lives, and the guy was getting distracted, talking to his girlfriend, paying attention to those guys more in the background. It's sorry, I can't pay attention. These guys look like they're having a fun time. It's why is that? And then one of the guys, the character Connor Story was playing, was oh, this is the best bachelor party ever. And then he was bachelor party, dang. And they keep on doing that, and they keep on skating, but the part that almost broke all of the actors was when midway through the sketch, it's guess who made it? And so I'm skating along. Hudson, from actor from Heated Rivalry, the other gay character from Heated Rivalry, made his appearance on Saturday Night Live in that sketch, and the crowd erupted and long standing ovation just for Hudson. I was and I was just almost staring at it. I was what? I was so shocked. I was Hudson, let's go. And they had to pause. The actors almost broke character, because they were trying to hold it together. It's oh my god, Hudson! Everyone's going insane. And then once the crowd died down from cheering, they went back to the sketch, and they're tap. Kept on skating around, and it's if you want to, and then the girlfriend's if you want to pay attention to those guys so much, then I think we should break. And it's like, the guy was like, fine, I'll just hang out with them. And then they're like, Dad, you're it. So, yeah. That was a funny sketch. I had to rewatch it. It was hilarious. And, like always, Weekend Update was funny. Like usual with Colleen Jost and Michael Che. And the cold open was okay. It's the usual cold open. So, yeah, it was a solid episode. And I enjoyed it. Like, honestly, I have stopped watching SNL because after, Bowen Yang left, I was not really much of a fan of the show because Bowen Yang, like, so many iconic members left the show, and it's really not the same like it was, like, in 2019 with, like, Kay McKinnon, my other gay icon from SNL, is not, when she left, I was so upset. I was like, no! So, now it's like, the show is different. It has changed over the years. So many, people have left, and but then there's people that are still on the show, like Kenan Thompson. I don't think he's ever gonna leave. Anyway, I honestly think that the creator, Lorne Michaels, who, created Saturday Night Live and in charge of the show, I think he should, it's time for him to retire and hang over and let someone else take charge. Rumors I heard, like, early on was like, Lorne Michaels could hand over the rings and have Tina Fey take the lead and take charge of SNL, which I wouldn't mind that. Like, Tina Fey, she created Mean Girls, the musical, and I feel like she'd do a good job with, like, taking charge of SNL, honestly. And then there were rumors about, like, either Colin Jost or Michael Che taking charge, which I could see that too. They would be good people to prospects to hand over the ring. For Lorne Michaels hanging over the rings too, because, like, why not? Michael Che or Colin Jost. A lot of people don't know, which my friend told me years ago, that Michael Che and Colin Jost are the head writers of SNL. Like, not only they do write their stuff for Weekend Update, but they also write the majority of the sketches for Saturday Night Live. So I think they'd be a good job. They do a good job taking over SNL. So yeah, and I feel like I was gonna explain what Saturday Night Live, the show, is, but I know it's a little late. But if you don't, out all this, you still don't know what SNL is. It's a comedy sketch series that's been on for decades, and it's on at 11:30 every Saturday, and goes to like 1 a.m. on Sundays. So that's kind of the funny thing. It's like, it's live at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday night, and then it goes until 1 a.m. on Sunday morning. So yeah, and they do different sketches based on pop culture moments and, political events too. So it's really, like, they reference the sketches are like referencing a lot of current day events or pop culture moments. So that's why the cold open this past Saturday Night Live was about the Iranian war. It was, the funny thing in the sketch, they did say, like, it was going to be about the Trump student union dress, but we were like, nah. We started to mess around with the writers and give them a headache and, like, quickly change it around. So Trump started to invade Iran and attack. So I thought that was funny in the sketch when they kind of broke the fourth wall a bit. So, yeah. So, I don't know, a little late in the episode to tell you what Saturday Night Live is about. But, yeah, that's Saturday Night Live in a nutshell. So, I don't know if I'm going to watch next Saturday Night Live. The only episode I'm interested in watching that's coming up for Saturday Night Live is the Harry Styles one, where he's hosting and performing, because I like Harry Styles. So it's like, So that probably will be the next episode I'll be discussing for Saturday Night Live. So hopefully you enjoyed this talk about this past weekend Saturday Night Live. So until then, stay chill and, be like Connor's story. Don't just be a story, be a whole dang book. Okay, signing off.